We are the fourth. We are Ohio.
It's the final road trip of the season for the Reds, a 10-gamer that begins in Chicago, a rare Friday night game at Wrigley Field. First of 3 with the Cubs, and all the action's coming up here on Fox Sports Ohio. And hi again, everyone. I'm Jim Day, and look who we dragged back into the TV booth. He is the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley. We've got a couple of big-name pitchers going to the hill here tonight. For the Reds, it's Matt Harvey, and last time out did something he hasn't done in a few years.
Well, I think the thing with Harvey, you saw the Big Ten strikeout game against the Padres. The thing that amazes me most, Jim, is the fact that his last 2 starts, he's pitched through the 6th inning. Now, we've seen 5 2/3. We've seen 5 1/3. We've seen the Reds protect his arm early when he first came over from the Mets. But that ball game against the Padres, it seemed like there was an extra gear, not only on the fastball, but also on the changeup, as you see him strike out Franmil Reyes. I think the big key for Harvey is getting loose early, getting himself going in the right direction, because we've seen him in the 3rd inning really crank it up.
For the Cubs, it's Cole Hamels, and to say that he's had success against Cincinnati might be the understatement.
Yeah, I would say so. You look at Cole Hamels, a veteran pitcher. Now, the numbers in Texas did not really blow you off the charts, but what he's put together in a Cub uniform, that's a whole different category. I think this is the kind of pitcher that you want to trade for. Look at those numbers at the bottom. 11-1 with a 1.86 ERA. He has flat out dominated the Reds, so it will take a great performance from Harvey tonight and from the Reds batters.
Reds trying to play spoiler. We mentioned a rare Friday night game. Jeff Picoro has more on that when we come back on your home for Reds baseball, Fox Sports Ohio. Originally scheduled for an afternoon game, changed to a night game because of the Cubs' schedule and having to make up a game, and we'll get into that coming up as Cole Hamels delivers a first pitch strike to Scott Schebler, and we are underway from Chicago. 74-degree game time temperature and a pleasant night at that. Came over in a trade deadline deal, and boy, has it been a good trade for the Cubs. He is yet to lose in a Cubs uniform.
I mean, those numbers are crazy. I realize that pitching in Texas, it's a pitcher's ballpark, but to shave that many runs off your ERA, I mean, that's 3+ points off his ERA.
2-1 to Schebler, and 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think that what that tells me, Jim, is that Cole Hamels wants to pitch in big ball games, and for games that do not matter, it seems like they weren't quite his cup of tea, because when he's hit a Cubs uniform and every game matters, he has been game on.
2-2 pitches fouled straight back. Well, he's a 4-time All-Star and won the World Series in 2008 with the Phillies. Pitched in big games. 13 major league seasons. Phillies, Rangers, and now Cubs for Cole Hamels. Swing and a miss, and down goes Schebler. And here's the rest of the Reds lineup here tonight. Jose Peraza will come to the plate. Joey Votto batting third. Suarez, the cleanup batter tonight. Scooter Gennett at second. Phillip Ervin in left field. Kurt Casale getting the start behind the plate, with Matt Harvey batting eighth and Billy Hamilton playing center field and batting ninth. Peraza steps in riding an 8-game hitting streak.
Not sure you can swing the bat much better than what Peraza has done here lately.
6 of them multi-hit games for Peraza. And coming off of a homestand, 13 for 29, that would be a .448 batting average. 7 RBIs on the homestand.
There's something to be said, Jim, about getting to the big leagues and becoming comfortable in your own skin and not feeling like you have to press every single day. I think you look at, since the All-Star break, not only has Peraza played great at the plate, but he's played great on the infield. He's really come along and feeling his oats as a shortstop.
Well, last season was one of those seasons in which you still had Cozart and began the year at second base and faltered a bit, and Scooter Gennett just outplayed him. And now, not having to look over his shoulder at Gennett, at Cozart, has settled in and, as you said, comfortable in his own skin, and still just a young guy. I mean, we fail to realize just how young that he is, because he broke in so early.
You know, we've talked about this a lot with Peraza. I think the leadership of Eugenio Suarez has really helped this kid along. But ultimately, you have to do it yourself. You can have leadership, but you've got to figure out how to get it done.
Goes chasing here, and what a start for Cole Hamels. 2 up, 2 strikeouts. Here's your forward defensive lineup for the Cubs. Chris Bryant in left field tonight. The UC Bearcat Ian Happ in center. Ben Zobrist in right. Left to right around the infield, Bodie, Baez, Murphy, Rizzo, and Victor Caratini behind the plate. And Chris Bryant, this Cubs team is very versatile. Going out there and play left field. And Joe Madden, they did that at a very young age for Chris Bryant. If you're going to play for Joe Madden, you better have some versatility.
And I think it's actually come to benefit the Cubs here lately, because they've been at the ballpark for 24 consecutive games with no off days. They've only played 22 games, but they were here for 2 rainouts. Had to fly to Washington, play a ball game yesterday, got in at 4 a.m., played the ball game, got back here last night at midnight. But when you have a roster that has this many guys that you can mix and match,
It's a 1-2-3, top of the first for Cole Hamels. Cubs coming up. Ohio is brought to you by Chevy. Check out their award-winning lineup only at your Tri-State Chevy dealer. And by Skyline Chili. Feeling good, it's Skyline time. One of the greatest cities on earth, Chicago, Illinois. And you were looking at Anthony Rizzo, and indeed, he will be in the leadoff spot here tonight as we check out the Cubs lineup. Bryant, the 2 spot. Zobrist, Murphy, 3 and 4. Javier Baez, we'll talk about the incredible season he's having. Victor Caratini, Bodie, Hamels, both teams going with the pitcher spot 8th here tonight. Ian Happ batting 9th. First pitch swinging is Rizzo. Short right field is Scooter Gennett for out number 1. And Matt Harvey, been here, done that. He has faced this Cubs team a few times this season overall. 7-6, a 4.35 ERA.
It was a bit of up and down early for Harvey, trying to get his arm back into shape, get the feel for the baseball. But I think as the season has moved along, he's starting to feel much better, at least the last few times we've seen him out.
First pitch to Chris Bryant, in for a strike. 22nd start for the Reds for Harvey. 8th career appearance and start versus the Cubs, and the 4th this season. One 1-0 record, a 2.65 ERA versus the Cubs, and a very good strikeout to walk ratio, excuse me. And the Reds hope that continues here tonight.
Last couple of ball games for Harvey, he came out throwing fastball changeup early in the ball game. Tonight, it appears he's coming out throwing fastball slider. In my mind, that tells me that Harvey feels confident in his arm strength and what he has for tonight.
Raza just getting Bryant, who's hustling down the line. 2 outs. Here's your 4 defensive lineup for the Reds. Irvin in left, Hamilton in center, Schebler in right. Typical infield outside of Kurt Casale getting the start behind the plate for Matt Harvey. And here's Kurt Casale, and in that 10 strikeout game against the Padres, behind the plate, Kurt Casale. Jim Riggleman going with that battery again. Looks like a new chest protector for Casale. And the batter is Ben Zobrist. When the original lineup came out from Joe Madden, it had Zobrist in the cleanup spot, Daniel Murphy in the 3 spot, but they flip-flopped them. which is classic Joe Madden. He probably saw one extra little stat. Who knows?
Well, I think when you look at this Cubs lineup, especially lately, they've had a tough time with the long ball. Now, a lot of that has to do with fatigue. A lot of that has to do with playing every single day, showing up here at the ballpark every day. But if you're a Reds pitcher and you're Matt Harvey, use it to your advantage.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Zobrist.
I think if you notice early in this ball game, Harvey is down at the bottom of the strike zone. That is not normally what we see early in the game. Change up there. But what we've seen in a lot of his starts, it takes him a couple of innings to get that arm strength or get that ball back down in the strike zone.
Pastime to right field for a base hit. As we check out our El Canucks storyline, 26th start of the season, as we said, tied for second most in his career. 30th game of the season. That is the most that Harvey has ever appeared in. And this will tell you how the last few seasons have gone for the Reds. 4.35 ERA, best by a Red starter this season. It's all been all about starting pitching for the Reds. Their lineup could match about anyone as far as offensive production goes. Bullpen improved, although tired at times. The starting pitching, well, it still remains a question mark. Daniel Murphy, another in-season acquisition by the Cubs. And when this guy's on, he can flat out hit. First 15 games in a Cubs uniform, 308 average. Last 5 games, just 1 for his last 17.
You know, Jim, it's not just that it's September and the end of the season. It's the pressure of trying to get back and hold on to first place. I think that adds in an element that for every player, you're pushing, you're pressing. And when you press in this game, it doesn't always work your way. You try to be mentally relaxed. You try to let your talent show up. But when that adrenaline kicks in and you're really trying to push, it makes it tough.
Well, the Brewers just quietly kept creeping up on the Cubs. It's a 1.5-game spread in the National League Central coming into play today.
But the Cubs do not play the Brewers anymore this year.
2-2 pitch. Count will hold it 2-2.
Cubs will play the Pirates. They will also play the Cardinals to finish the season. But a lot of their ball games are here in Chicago. They're either at Wrigley Field. They've got 3 that they will play on the north side or the south side against the White Sox.
16 games remaining in the regular season. And as you said, just 3 of them outside of Chicago and 10 of them right here at Wrigley. 3 against the White Sox. The only 3 games they go on the road at Arizona, 17th through the 19th.
Now the White Sox game is considered a road game, but you're still sleeping in your own bed.
I don't know if they have any road games, the Cubs, as far as fandom goes. Because wherever they go, there are Cubs fans everywhere. But you're right, sleeping in your own bed, there's something to be said about that. So Cubs, we want to talk about the friendly confines. 45-26 record at home. That's a .634 winning percentage at home. That leads the National League, so that would bode well for them. But the Brewers, 16-6 since August 19th. It has been quite the race here down the stretch for the National League Central crown.
Well, when you have crowds like this every night, even in a fatigue situation, the fans have an ability with their cheering to lift you out of the doldrums.
Quite the battle here, Harvey and Murphy, and it's a full count. 8 pitch at bat so far. Payoff pitch. There goes the runner, and it's again fouled off.
Really good pitch there by Harvey. It was a slider right in on the hands of Murphy. The last thing that you want is to get called out on the upper part of the strike zone. That ball looked like it was going to be at the upper part, and at the last second just got right in on his hands.
Murphy's fouled off 5 of them in this at bat and asked for time. Three-two again, and again fouled off. If anything, making Harvey throw some pitches. 21 in the inning now, after retiring the first 2 easily. Zobrist single and a long at bat here to Murphy. We'll do the 3-2 again. Got him. Beauty by Harvey, scoreless through 1.
This is day 25 of a stretch of 30 consecutive days with a scheduled game. Their last day off, which was scheduled, was August 20th in Detroit. Next day off is next Thursday. It's only the second Friday night game in the history of Wrigley Field in the regular season. The last one was a year ago against Milwaukee, and they lost that game 2-0. But as you guys said, This has been an unbelievable trek for the Cubs these last 72 hours, guys.
And what they've done has been impressive as well. I mean, it's rare that you have to pick up in the middle of a homestand and go play a road game. And it was a makeup game in D.C. It was rained out this past Sunday as Suarez shoots one the other way, but Zobrist there for out number 1 here in the second. But they go to D.C. and win 4-3 in 10 innings. Turn around, come right back. And what was originally scheduled for a day game, they had to get the permission of lots and lots of people, including the city of Chicago, to play a night game here tonight.
Well, it all goes back to April. I think they had 25 games scheduled. They were only able to play 19 because of the rain. And they're not the only ones. There were a lot of teams around baseball. What if the Tigers had that issue as well?
Yeah. Cubs have had it particularly bad as far as the weather goes this year. 1-0 pitch to Scooter Gennett, who continues to lead the National League in hitting. 321 average. Now ahead of Lorenzo Cain, who has surpassed his teammate Christian Yelich. Cain at 314, Yelich at 313. And slicing one the other way, it's Bryant, who's got it for out number 2. And we talked about the versatility of Bryant. Last 6 games, he started at third base, left field, and right field.
You got Ian Happ that does that as well. Actually, Happ will play second base, third base, and the 2 positions you mentioned, and center field, which is where he is tonight.
First pitch to Phillip Ervin up high.
Javier Baez does that.
Yep.
Plays all over the infield. And still raking.
I mean, big time raking. One. Check swing and a strike called. John Lipka, the home plate umpire tonight. Bruce Dreckman down at first. Mike Estabrook at second base, and the crew chief Hunter Wendelstedt at third. A 1-2. Strike 3 call. 6 up, 6 down so far for Cole Hamels. of 2016, and there were a lot of swings and misses as well.
Well, I think when you look at Harvey, and we talked about this as we began the ball game, kicking into that extra gear, when you're getting swinging strikes, you know your stuff is good. And what it does for you is it starts to boost your confidence. You become more aggressive. And that's what you're looking for from Harvey tonight. I mean, that is a boatload of swing and misses.
They'll get Javier Baez here in the second. And Baez, a legitimate National League MVP candidate. In fact, many might choose this guy right now. 31 bombs, 103 RBIs. He has now retaken the lead for RBIs in the National League. 1 ahead of Trevor Story, 2 ahead of Suarez.
I'm really impressed with where Matt Harvey is in the strike zone right now. He is down. Most of his pitches are down around the bottom of the kneecaps, and he's got movement on the fastball with some serious velocity.
Shook off Casale a few times, and here comes the 0-2 right back through the box, but that is right where the Reds have him play. Jeanette on to Votto. 1 out.
Got it right in on the hands of Baez. You know, Jim, when you look at the grand scheme of things in sports, great players get up for big games. And I don't care who you are. You're playing in Wrigley in front of this crowd and you're facing Cole Hamels. You got to come on with it.
No question. Big game atmosphere, and let's face it, there's a professional baseball, professional sports, there's a personal aspect about it. Matt Harvey pitching for his future in 2019, and he needs to finish strong. And no stranger to big games, obviously, for Harvey in his career.
I think the thing that I've probably admired about Matt more than anything else is even when he didn't have his best stuff and he was getting hit hard, he never shied away from the strike zone.
Got him to chase here, did Caratini, and 2 punch outs now for Matt Harvey.
Great changeup, starts in the middle, bottom falls out of it. And when you're throwing 95, 96, hitters have to respect that fastball. They got to get started early. But there are a lot of pitchers, especially young pitchers. You start getting hard, you start getting hit hard, you start to move to the outer edges, even off the plate. Harvey has not done that at any point in time in this season. Now he's taken his lumps. Let's just be factual about it. But it's helped him get back to a point where he looks like he's at right now.
Sending it the other way is Bodie, and he's on his way to second base. And in with a 2-out double is David Bodie.
It almost seems as though that was a breaking ball he caught right off the cap of the bat. But you look at Bodie, his numbers would not suggest overall that he's a great hitter.
No.
But you put him against the Reds and he's hitting right at the 500 mark. Of course, at some point in times it seems like he's hitting at the 1,000 mark.
Yeah. No question, if you ask Joe Madden, that's why he's in the lineup here tonight, playing third base, and Chris Bryant is in left.
And Happ is the same way, who is standing in the on-deck circle.
I mean, Joe Madden's a handicapper. He will study the numbers more, as much or more than anyone.
Sometimes it's not the pitcher that you're facing on a given night, it's the uniform you're facing. Confidence is so big in this game, and if you feel like you're going to do good, well, you have a much better chance than if you go into the game thinking,
Well, I'm 0 for 32 against these guys.
One to Hamels. It's no longer just a diet of fastballs to the opposing pitcher.
Now that was a pretty good changeup right there from Matt Harvey. Even drew a smile from Cole Hamels.
Hamels, a career 171 batter, does have one career home run and 29 RBIs. And he stays alive here. Fastball at 96, and that velocity is creeping up for Harvey as we go throughout the season as well. And his velocity and location were really good against the Padres last time out.
A lot of the Padres strikeouts with the fastball were elevated.
Swing and a miss. A double, man left. Scoreless at Wrigley.
I think you guys talked about this a bit. That's Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman of the Cubs. Well, he decided, you know what, we're not going to get to Washington until 4 a.m. the other night as they flew in after the game. So he decided to just go ahead and wear his uniform on the plane. He didn't bring a change of clothes. He wore his uniform. He said, you know what, you always have to be ready. And there he is in his away uniform with his teammates, eye black on and everything. He did have his tennis shoes on, but he got to the field, put his cleat spikes on, played a game. How about that, fellas?
Well, that is classic Cubs right there as Casale line drive into center field for a base hit. And Joe Madden is a guy that kind of digs stuff like that. And Madden said, I wish he had done it sooner because we all would have done it. Said, I would have done it in a heartbeat. It was a good idea.
There are many things that you can find in a negative way when you've had to be at the ballpark 24 consecutive games. You've got to figure out as a leader on the ball club to change the mood, lift the mood. Rizzo did that.
Harvey, fly ball left field. One out. Rizzo's quote was, got to be ready to play. Love the eye black, by the way, on the plane. Here's Billy Hamilton, switch hitter, batting from the right-hand side against Cole Hamels. Hamels retired the first 6. Now Casale with the leadoff single here in the 3rd. One ball and a strike to the Reds center fielder. Good numbers at Wrigley in 6 games.
The guy that Billy loves hitting off of is pitching tomorrow, and that would be the ace of this Cubs staff, John Lester.
He's about the only one.
Go figure.
Reds will face 3 lefties in this series. Two balls and a strike. Lester tomorrow. Jose Quintana on Sunday.
Trip lefties.
Yep. (3-1). That's a good pitch. Fastball up and in, and it's a full count.
Well, the Reds should be comfortable facing lefties at this point in time. They faced 2 out of 3 against the Padres, the last 2 out of 3. And they're going to face 3 here. So
and he walks Billy Hamilton.
how about that?
MLB at bat is your #1 Reds app. You get Reds home screen icons, MLB.tv game of the day, in-game highlights, and more. Plus now you can stream Reds games through Fox Sports Go. MLB at bat. Back to the top of the order now, and Scott Schebler, first and second, 1 out.
Careful on the first pitch if you're Cole Hamels.
Schebler loves a hack at the first pitch, and it's an atom ball and a double play. Tough luck hitting.
Smoked it.
That is when baseball could be a cruel game. Arrive early and enjoy pet activities and samples in the Kroger Fan Zone and that pregame parade around the field, which we always love. Purchase your Bark in the Park package today at Reds.com/dog, coming up Tuesday, the 25th. Bottom of the third from Wrigley. And the first thing you always do when you come to Wrigley is check the flags. Which way the wind be blowing? And it's blowing out towards left here tonight. At least the flags in center field. Maybe a little bit in, slightly. Not a huge wind that will hugely affect play. At least not right now. But you got to, at Wrigley, check per inning, because it can change in a hurry. Easy play for Hamilton, 1 out. Hey, the Reds didn't walk Ian Happ.
And they got him out.
Yeah. 18 walks versus the Reds
and
this season.
349 batter coming into tonight against the Reds.
Yeah. And here's Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo swung at the first pitch to open the game. I imagine he will try to get deeper into the count here.
In the leadoff spot for the Cubs. He was there yesterday in that makeup game in D.C. A .323 career batter leading off coming in.
Rizzo always has a game plan. There are some nights he'll come out in the first at bat, take a bunch of pitches. Second at bat, try to ambush you right off the gate. Tonight, he's kind of switched it a little bit. Tried to jump on that first pitch in his first at bat. Now he's taking pitches.
Two outs. As you enjoy a Miller Lite wherever you look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. To our batters, Chris Bryant.
I believe Bryant has only had 1 home run since he's come back off the disabled list. Now he swung the bat pretty well. This is a guy that is a power threat seemingly every time he steps to the plate.
Particularly against the Reds. Sally sets up inside and Harvey puts it right there, but it's ball 2. Bryant activated off the disabled list on the first. Coming in, .325 batter since coming off the DL. As you said, has hit well. 14 home runs in 56 games. Career versus the Reds. And a walk. Third straight inning that Harvey retires the first 2 hitters.
First 2 hitters in the first inning, as you mentioned, got him out, then a base hit. First 2 innings in the second, got him out, then the double off the end of the bat by Bodie, and now the walk with 2 outs here in the third.
We'll see if he can dance around it once again. And here's Ben Zobrist. Zobrist had that single that you just talked about in the first. One ball and a strike to Ben Zobrist. Had Bryant leaning, but back safely head first.
It is interesting to watch Ben Zobrist at the plate, especially from the right side. When he stands in, it looks like he's trying to squeeze his elbows into his rib cage so hard it's almost as though he's trying to crunch over. And then he starts to move the bat and loosen himself up.
Shoots one the other way down the left field line. That's trouble. That'll go to the ivy. Bryant is being waved around from third. Nope, and then held up. And probably wisely so. Brian Butterfield was initially waving him around and then put up a late stop sign. It was a nice relay throw from Irvin to Peraza to the plate.
This is why it's important to hit the cutoff man.
Yep.
Fastball up and out over. Zobrist does a good job going the other way. Watch Irvin here. Grabs it, snaps the ball right back to Peraza. Upon the catch of Peraza, you hold him up. All you're looking for as a third base coach is to see where that throw is going. If it's coming in hot and it's right on target, you hold him up.
Zobrist spraying it around. One hit to right, one hit to left. And here's Daniel Murphy, second and third, 2 outs. Harvey trying to keep this a scoreless game. First of 3. Reds and Cubs weekend set. And game 1 of a 10-game roadie. 0-1 pitch. Strike call.
Well, it is important to keep the Cubs off the board at any point in time, but especially with Cole Hamels on the mound.
Yeah.
Now, Cole Hamels did give up a run the last time he faced the Reds. He pitched the 9-inning complete game.
Yeah. See what Harvey does ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Hit well. Left center field, but Irvin has room, and Harvey strands 2 in the third. 0-0 game. Young dazzled at the Rose Bowl. Part 2 was a double overtime thriller. Get ready for the trilogy. USC Texas tomorrow at 8 Eastern on Fox. And you can stream it on the Fox Sports app.
You just channeled a little Keith Jackson right there.
College football.
I like that.
I could never channel anything remotely close to the great Keith Jackson.
He's a dandy.
No doubt. One of the voices, not only of my childhood, but adulthood. He had such a long career.
Loved it.
None better. College football. Yes, sir. 1 ball and a strike to Jose Peraza. Strikeout swinging victim his first time up. Long drive left field. Peraza. Bye-bye. Number 12 for Peraza. A 9-game hitting streak in style. 1-0 Reds.
Jim, it's almost getting to the point now where if you see a catcher set up inside to Peraza, if the ball misses down as this pitch does, you can kiss the baby. And that ball was hammered. As we mentioned earlier, kid's getting comfortable.
He really is, and you love to see this. We've talked about this before. There was a point where the only hits that Peraza would get would be just slapping one softly the other way.
Trying not to strike out.
Yeah, and Jim Riggleman has talked a lot about it, hitting coach Don Long, that this is a strong kid. He's about 200 pounds.
That's only the second home run that Cole Hamels has given up in a Cubs uniform.
Indeed, and 9 starts with the Cubs. But Peraza, he's a strong kid, and when he turns on the ball, we've seen some no doubt home runs. And that trade involving Frazier, in which they got Peraza and Schebler and Brandon Dixon.
Turned out pretty good to
It
have
looks
2
more,
everyday starters.
yeah, it looks better more and more every day. Votto goes the other way. This one hit well. Home run. Back-to-back jacks off of Cole Hamels. Classic Votto going the other way. Number 12 for Votto. 2-0 Reds.
I'm not sure how many home runs that Cole Hamels has given up in his career against the Reds, but I don't think he's ever given up 2 in a game, especially back-to-back.
We mentioned the wind blowing that way. I mean, he hit that ball well, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and perhaps a little wind tunnel out there to left field. That's the 6th home run. 16th home run at Wrigley for Votto. Make that. And the first career long ball for Peraza in this ballpark. And if Peraza stays healthy, he'll have many, many more at bats here at Wrigley.
You and I were talking about this before the game started. Hamels has had Votto's number. I mean, let's be honest. Well, on this night, Votto gets a bit of revenge.
Votto was just 3 for 21 off of Hamels after that first inning ground out. Hit number 4 off of Hamels in fine fashion. Two-two to Suarez, and he lays off one, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch. We'll do it again. And he walks Suarez. Home run, walk here to begin the fourth against Cole Hamels. Scooter Gennett, well, they said he couldn't hit lefties. One of the reasons the Brewers turned him away. He's been open about talking about that. That's what the Brewers told him. Turned it up last year, and this year, a complete chip on his shoulder. He has told me many times. As he, again, delivers another hit. And this one gets past Bryant. And on his way to third is Suarez. And on his way to second is Gennett.
That will be a single and an error on Chris Bryant. That ball had some major skip to it. Looked like it hit off of his glove and then his leg and then kind of caromed away from him just to his left. Now that's a pitcher's pitch. That's a ball down and away right on the outside edge. But you're also talking about a guy that, well, he leads the league in hitting. Chris Bryant tried to field that like a third baseman rather than a left fielder.
Still nobody out, second and third, and here's Phillip Ervin. Gennett told me earlier this season that he not only doesn't fear facing lefties, he now looks forward to it.
Confidence, baby, confidence.
Even in big situations. And he particularly loves when they walk someone ahead of him. Bring in a lefty to face him. Gamer.
Just a player. He comes to beat you every day. A lot can be learned by the career of Scooter Gennett.
And as you said, a pitcher's pitch. I mean, the National League and all of baseball trying to figure out how to pitch to Scooter Gennett.
Well, you said Brewers let him go because he wasn't hitting left-handed pitching, and he wasn't. Get better.
Yep.
He did. Got a whole lot better.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Ervin.
Now Hamels getting a little more careful with his pitches, trying to be absolutely perfect on the edges of the plate. Regardless of how this inning plays out, it'll be of extreme importance for Matt Harvey to come out and make a statement. Quick 3 outs, get the Reds back in the dugout, keep the momentum in the Reds' direction.
Nice job by Ervin laying off. And it's a full count. Payoff pitch. Strike. Call. Wow.
No.
Wow. Not much of an argument from Ervin, but it looked like it was up and in.
You look on Fox Tracks, that never caught play.
John Lipka rings him up, and here's Curt Casale. 4 strikeouts now for Hamels. Second and third and nobody out. You'd certainly like to see the Reds scratch across at least 1. So a big at bat for Casale here with the pitcher spot due up next. Caratini trying to frame it to no avail. 2 balls and no strikes.
Changeup with great arm speed from Cole Hamels, but the ball's starting to fade on him a little bit. He's starting it on the outside part of the plate, but it's fading off.
Riano. This might be the classic pitch around. Harvey due up next. You turn him loose on 3-0. Pitcher spot next.
Sure.
He looks at a strike.
Not on that one. You don't want to swing at that pitch anytime. I mean, that's down just below the kneecaps. You're a big fella in Casale. Right on the outside corner. Probably split. The ball split the outside corner.
Back-to-back strikes.
That's a big-time pitch right there from Cole Hamels. You start that off-speed curveball out there where the changeups miss and bring it right back to the heart of the plate. That's really tough to decipher if you're Curt Casale.
See what he offers up on the payoff pitch. Do it again.
That was Cole Hamels expanding the plate. That last changeup, the exact same spot that the first 3 pitches were, about 3 or 4 inches off the outside corner. But once you throw the curveball that starts out there and comes back to the plate, it changes the eyesight of the hitter at the plate, and that's why Casale went after it. Too close to take at that point.
And now a meeting of the minds. Caratini and Baez joins them from shortstop.
Well, a lot of times for Baez, the reason that he comes in these meetings, Baez likes to move right as the pitch or right before the pitch comes to the plate to give him that little extra step. If it's an off-speed pitch, he'll move to the pull side. If it's a fastball away, he'll take a couple of steps towards second base. Very, very smart defensive player in Javier Baez.
Ground ball coming to the plate, throws off line with a beautiful tag by Caratini.
And who makes the play? Not a great throw by Baez, but he was in the perfect spot to make the play.
Athletic play by Caratini, 2 outs. First and third now. Harvey at the plate.
Well, if you're Cole Hamels and you come away in this inning only allowing the 2 home runs, you've pulled a rabbit out of your hat.
One pitch. Hamels avoids the big inning, but the Reds get back-to-back home runs. Arraza, Votto, and a 2-0 lead.
in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
The Reds lead it over the Cubs as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Wrigley Field. We have some news and notes from around baseball. First 100-win season since 1946. Congratulations to Alex Cora, first manager since Baker in '93 to win 100 games his first season as MLB manager. And how about David Wright? All that he has been through the last couple of years, had a fantastic, probably a Hall of Fame career derailed by all of those injuries. He will be activated for the Mets' final homestand of the season and will start on September 29th, and he is expected to retire at the season's end. He will play third base on the 29th, and that is a great farewell to a guy who was cornerstone of some really, really good Mets teams, guys.
Well, the people that have been around him in his career talk about it, pros pro, and writers and the media members that have covered him talking about he's one of the best, if not the best, persons they've covered.
You know,
and man, if he stayed injury free, boy, what a player.
He was talking about Cora winning 100 games in his rookie year. I was on Dusty's team in San Francisco when we won 103 games in 1993. Of course, we did not have the wild card that year. The Braves won 104 and we went home.
That's unreal. Past the glove of Suarez into left field, and a leadoff base hit for Baez. And I'm sure Suarez thinks he should have had this ball, even though it was smoke. That's a tough one.
Very difficult. Great effort.
Yep.
By Suarez. I don't think he could have gotten to it.
So we'll see what Harvey does here. Leadoff single and a 2-0 lead. Caratini slowly hit. Jeanette's going to go to second, and they just get Baez.
I thought that was a great decision by Jeanette. Cubs may challenge it, and it appears they will.
I can't tell from that angle if his foot got in there.
Well, you and I were talking about this as the Reds were scoring runs. Very important for Harvey to get back a 0 in this inning, and it is going a difficult way at the moment. And the replay I saw, it looks like he's safe.
Yeah. Mike Estabrook, the second base umpire, call on the field is out. Crew Chief Hunter Wendelstedt also on. The head sets back to New York.
But I thought Jeanette made a great decision. I thought that was the play that he needed to make. But we've talked about Baez as far as his fielding prowess, his ability to hit the baseball in clutch situations. He was putting on the afterburners there to get to second base, so he could not get doubled up.
Not sure what's taking so long here. He looked clearly safe.
You see the very late slide by Baez. And the late slide is really what enabled him to get to the bag before Peraza caught the baseball. I think the Cubs may win this one. And that's not a good issue for the Reds.
And the call is overturned. So instead of a man on first and one out, first and second, nobody out. And the batter will be David Bodie. Doubled his first time up on a cue ball shot down the right field line. Harvey able to get out of trouble in the second. He stranded 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third.
Well, if you can roll up a double play here, you've got the pitcher on deck in Cole Hamels. That would be miraculous.
Goes down as a fielder's choice for Caratini. 0-1 pitch. No balls and 2 strikes to Bodie.
Well, if you're Matt Harvey here, this is a point in time where you've got to come on and get it. You're in the bottom of the order. Bodie appears to me that he is looking for something middle in by the swings he has taken on the sliders away.
Jeanette, Peraza, Votto, scoop, and a double play.
It's a beautiful thing.
Big double play for Harvey.
Interesting that that ball hit on the side of the mound and carried him right to Jeanette.
It's dig by Votto. And now the pitcher Cole Hamels standing in the way of getting out of yet another inning for Matt Harvey. Harvey has that same demeanor on the mound at all times. Whether he's giving it up or he's mowing them down, it never seems to change.
Slider first pitch, changeup second pitch. When you've got a runner at third base and the pitcher at the plate, you pitch him like you do a normal hitter. You've got to have an out here.
One-two pitch. How about Matt Harvey?
Great comeback.
Through 4. 2-0 Reds.
Trying to play spoilers. We're trying to play spoilers here. 2-0. Hamilton, Schebler, Peraza here in the 5th. Billy Hamilton walked his first time up off of Cole Hamels, and this one the other way, and that'll fall in front of Zobrist. Billy's been on base twice, and here we go. Hamilton with 30 steals and 38 attempts. Much harder against the lefty Hamels.
But Hamels does have a big leg kick, but he also has a great move to first base, and he sets it up with a sequence of moves.
And they got him picked off just in time. Rizzo double clutched the baseball and nearly paid the price for it. But they get Hamilton. Schebler looks at the first pitch. Last time up, first pitch hacking and lined into a double play. A ball smoked back to Rizzo. And Hamels quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Be a tough play. Schebler can run, not in time. Take him out, you can get him. And the batter's Jose Peraza.
Most of the time when you've got a pitcher with a very good move, and Hamels obviously has a good move, you want to make him show it. You see it, get a little bit of feel for it, then you take the base. What Billy was doing there, he had a very short lead, trying to make Hamels think that, all right, I'm not stealing. Hamels has been around too long. You get a short lead, you go on first move. Didn't quite work out.
No balls, 2 strikes to Peraza last time up. No doubter to left. Just joining us, it was back-to-back home runs in the 4th, Peraza and Votto. Hamels 11-1 career versus the Reds, a 1.86 ERA coming in. He did allow 2 home runs to the Reds one other time, but it's been a minute. May 19th, 2009, he gave up 2 home runs to the Reds. Peraza pulls one. Votto sprays it the other way, the next guy up. Back in 2009, it was Jerry Hairston Jr. and Jay Bruce.
Well, you notice after the home run by Peraza, this at bat, Hamels and Carantini are trying to make Peraza drive the ball the other way. Don't give him anything in. If you do come in, come way in. They've gone up and away, they've gone down and away, and they will stay away.
One and two.
That time Caratini set up in the middle of the plate, even though Hamels picked to first base. That makes me think he's going to start a curveball off the plate and bring it right back to the middle.
Setting up outside again, and he pulls it. Baez. 6-3 double play. Middle of the fifth.
Of excitement. Back in the third inning, a couple of runners aboard. Long fly ball, got a little bit interesting, but out of the inning, no damage. Fourth inning, much more trouble, but he gets a ground ball right at Jeanette, gets the double play, and then gets the strikeout to finish up the inning. Make big pitches in big situations. Harvey is doing that right now.
Stranded a runner in the first, one in the second, two in the third, and one in the fourth. He'll get 9, 1, and 2 here in the fifth. One ball and a strike to the former UC Bearcat Ian Happ. 1-1.
Don't you find it interesting that pitchers that are pitching good ball games, they get the ball, pitch, get the ball, pitch, get the ball, pitch. Not a whole lot of dilly-dallying around on the mound.
I find it beyond interesting. I find it very pleasing.
Well, hitters know, and it gives a hitter a confidence when you're walking around the mound, you're trying to think about what you're going to throw, because they see that as a passive movement on the mound. You're not aggressive. When you're aggressive on the mound, hitters tend to be aggressive at the plate.
Yeah.
So you get swings that may be off the plate, or they may be up out of the strike zone.
Well, I got to tell you, no one likes it more than the defenders behind the pitcher.
Well, you get better defense when you work quick and you throw strikes. That's not to say that you throw strikes in the middle of the plate. You make pitches, you execute.
Payoff pitch. Reds with a mid at bat shift, a 3-2 count. They shifted Peraza over to the right side, and look where Suarez is. Broken bat, and it is Suarez. Reds fans, don't miss your chance to win Reds merchandise, memorabilia, and a trip for two to see the Reds at spring training in Goodyear, Arizona. Each donation of $25 equals one entry into the sweepstakes. For rules and entry, visit reds.com/spring sweepstakes. Some restrictions do apply. Top of the order, Anthony Rizzo. A couple of ground outs on the ledger tonight, and an appeal down to third. And yes, says Hunter Wendelstedt. No balls and 2 strikes.
Watching Rizzo, first at bat, early swing. Second at bat, took a boatload of pitches. This at bat, very aggressive, trying to change it up in the pitcher's mind.
Swing and a miss. 5th punch out for Harvey. Bottom drops out.
Well, he started Rizzo with a backdoor slider, a check swing. You heat him up on the inside corner, make him speed up a little bit. You start the breaking ball right in the same spot as the previous fastball, and as you said, the bottom fell out of it.
A ground out and a walk for Bryant. One.
As we get deeper into this ball game with the Reds with a 2-0 lead, the pressure is not on the Reds. The pressure is on the team in the third base dugout. Why, you say? They're trying to get to the playoffs, and they feel like they've got to win every ball game. I mean, it's not like Milwaukee is laying down.
Oh, no. Just off the plate. A 3-2 game in Milwaukee. Time call.
That changeup away from Chris Bryant has been his Achilles heel, but you have to execute it if you're Matt Harvey.
Swing and a foul tip.
Threw in the changeup, but it was in the middle of the plate.
Payoff again. Here comes. Strike 3 called.
Perfect.
Paints
hit.
the black at 96. 5 shutout innings for Matt Harvey. inning number 4, that's the difference in the game. 4th most National League hits opposite field for Votto, and if he was having the usual Votto year as far as average goes, he would lead in that category because that is his MO. Going the other way. Excuse me, swing over Hamels, and Votto will reach.
That was one of those alligator arm, I'm going to foul this pitch off type of swings.
And an actual smile for Votto.
You can see Votto immediately, his eyes close like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And then realizes, hey, that was chopped pretty high. Hamels couldn't get it.
Hurry, hurry.
And a little indecision there. You saw Murphy kind of holding up, wasn't sure if Baez was going to come over and cut it off. And Votto with an infield hit. Two home runs for the Reds and 2 infield hits in this one. Pass Baez into left field. Suarez smokes one into left, so first and second, nobody out.
First 2 innings for Cole Hamels, awfully good. Backdoor breaking ball that leaks over the plate that Suarez got. But you look back at the 3rd, leadoff single. 4th, leadoff home run. 5th, leadoff single. Ultimately, it didn't cost Hamels. And now here in the 6th, 4 consecutive innings that the leadoff batter has gotten aboard. That is not a recipe for success.
And the league's leading hitter at the dish, and a breaking ball floats in at the letters. Average sitting at .322. Rizzo's play is to second. 1 out. Votto moves up to 3rd, so 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Our AARP take on today, Philip Ervin. Career at Wrigley, .333 batter, 10 for 30, so it's a pretty good sample size now. A couple of home runs and 8 RBIs. And now 10 career games.
Get it in the air into the outfield here. Successful at bat.
Well, in that 4th, it could have been a big inning. The Reds left a runner at 3rd base in the 4th.
Well, Ervin has yet to get a pitch on the inside part of the plate. They have set away curveballs and changeups. Of course, in the 4th inning, when he struck out looking, that did not appear to be a strike. It was looked above the strike zone. That was inside.
One ball, 2 strikes. I've seen Ervin choke up more and more as the season has gone on, and he is.
And it's helped him tremendously.
Yep, and he'll choke up even more with 2 strikes. One-two pitch, and he lays off one inside. 2-2. And here's the sacrifice fly line. This is based on where the fielders, their arm, the speed of the runner at third base. And that's where Irvin would have to get it into the air deep enough to score Votto.
So if you're going to hit it short, hit it to right field.
Yes.
Otherwise, swing hard, finish high.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And he stays alive.
Because whether you have great speed or not at third base, if the ball is lifted into the outfield, Votto's going.
Irvin hangs tough. Team like the Cubs, you better play add-on. Even though Harvey has been on his game so far. It's a big run down there at third base. 7 pitch at bat so far, 4 foul balls, and make it 5.
Well, you talked earlier about Phillip Ervin choking up more, especially when he gets 2 strikes. By choking up, it allows you to wait a bit longer, see the ball a little deeper, and still be quick to the baseball. You don't have to start so early.
Stare down another 2-2 pitch. 3-2. And there you see the growth as a hitter right there, laying off of a pitch like that.
One of the best hitters I have ever seen or played with in the game. Choked up quite a bit, and he hit a whole lot of hammers, and that would be Barry U.S. Bonds.
Reds have made Hamels work 95 pitches now. 50 of them have been from the stretch. Payoff. Got him.
Good changeup. Starts in the middle of the plate, and you can just see the fade right there at the end. When you're trying to be short and quick and wait a long time, that changeup, when you're really choked up, it's a great pitch. Because you run out of bat.
Outside to Casale. Kurt 1 for 2 here tonight. A single, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Done a nice job for the Reds since coming over from the Rays.
Look how deep Baez is at shortstop. Oh my goodness.
Red strand 2. Missing the opportunity in the 6th.
there with the hurricane that is beating down on Carolina. It has affected one member of the Reds organization, and it's pitcher, if you remember him, he's very well, Rookie Davis. This is him standing in his grandfather's front yard, my grandparents' house, our family fish house in the backyard, water's thigh high. Please say a prayer for him and his family. Now, he has also started a fund at pledgeit.org/rookie-Davis, and it benefits the relief efforts in Onslow County. He's from Sneads Ferry, which is in Onslow County, and that's in North Carolina. And that is actually the United Way, and it coordinates the community volunteer efforts to a disaster ensuing long-term recovery and rebuilding needs that they are met quickly and efficiently. So if you'd like to help in that area, that's how you do it. It's pledgeit.org/rookie-Davis. And all the proceeds go to the United Way there. It's a little way to help a Reds family in need, guys.
Well, our thoughts go out to not only Rookie Davis, but everyone in the path of Hurricane Florence, now Tropical Storm. And thank goodness that hurricane kept being downgraded and downgraded. They were worried about the rainfall the most the whole time, and that is going to be the biggest problem. Very slow moving system, and boy, but thankfully, as far as the winds go, it was downgraded when it was going towards land. But there is a boatload of rain that they're going to have to deal with. Obviously, you saw in that picture.
Yeah, you look back at the hurricane coming into New Orleans, the rain was the killer. Same thing in Houston.
Yep.
And really the same thing here in North Carolina.
Jeanette Tavato out #1, retiring Ben Zobrist.
I think you have to be impressed by the way that the Cubs are pressing the issue. On ground balls that have been seemingly routine, they've been bang plays at first base. Zobrist hustling down the line. I mean, that's a routine ground ball to Scooter Gennett. And we've seen more than just one or two players, and this is for a club that they've been through the gamut here lately. We talked about the 24 games in 24 days, even though 2 of them were rained out. But they've been at the ballpark a ton.
One ball and a strike to Daniel Murphy. By the way, I've been getting a lot of messages on social media tonight. You've got some weird sounds coming from Wrigley Field here tonight. Louder at times than others. And those are cicadas who have arrived here in Illinois, and it's, we are told, a natural part of life here in northern Illinois. Easy play for Irvin. 2 outs. So they're making a lot of noise, are the cicadas, who live underground for 2 to 10 years and then emerge for a 4 to 6 week above ground life. And they happen so much here in northern Illinois that they give them names. This year's cicadas are called Dog Day cicadas. So if you're hearing some weird sounds, it is not some new thing from the fans in Wrigley. It's the cicadas. So do not adjust your set at home. And it is not your mind playing tricks on you. It is Mr. and Mrs. Cicada. One and 2 to Javier Baez. Harvey once again retires the first 2 in an inning. In the 5th, he was able to put together his first 1-2-3 inning, bidding for that again here in the 6th. And if Peraza can make the play, it is indeed a 1-2-3-6 for Matt Harvey. 6 shutout innings. Charlie's, home of Free Pie Wednesdays. By your local Ford dealer. Ford, go further. And by Cincinnati Children's, now ranked number 2 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. Matt Harvey talking it over with pitching coach Danny Darwin. And it looks like his night is done. 3rd straight start of 6 or more innings pitched. And he has not done that since June of 2016. Outstanding outing.
From pitch number 1 to his final pitch here tonight, he was on his game. There were a couple of innings where he got into a little bit of trouble, but he had the extra gear to get to make sure no runs crossed the plate.
Well, his night is done at 94 pitches. Dilson Herrera, the pinch hitter at the plate, and if only 94 pitches in September, I'm a little surprised.
Well, I'm not, because of where the Reds are. Now, if you were the Cubs right now, Matt Harvey would probably take the mound for the 7th.
And that hit him.
That had to hurt a little bit. That caught him flush on that left foot. Breaking ball in. Moved the wrong foot. He moved the back foot. Should have moved the front foot.
It is the 5th straight inning that the leadoff man has reached for the Reds. But Hamels has been able to exhibit some damage control outside of the obvious back-to-back home runs in the 4th. Solo shots, Peraza, Votto. And it's been an interesting night because the Reds have had a runner double play. He was doubled off of first. A runner out at the plate. And a runner tagged out at second base. So it could be more than a 2-0 advantage.
And think about the ball that Schebler hit back in the 3rd inning. That was an absolute
that was
rocket to first base.
Runner doubled off of first base.
But I think you got to hand it to Cole Hamels. He's only allowed 2 runs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, damage control extraordinaire.
One ball and a strike to Billy Hamilton. Billy showing bunt, pulls it back and looks at a strike. Reds trying to hang the first loss on Cole Hamels in a Cubs uniform. 1-2 pitch to Hamilton. Pretty big lead for Herrera at first. Swing and a miss. Down goes Hamilton. 7 of them for Cole Hamels. Join the Reds for Fan Appreciation Day presented by Ace Hardware. Special prizes from Frisch's, Montgomery Inn, La Rosa's, Dunkin' Donuts, and many more will be given away throughout the game to lucky fans. See your Red Lights take on the Pirates. You can see it for as low as $12. Visit Reds.com for tickets. Postcard entries accepted. Top of the order, Scott Schebler. $36,468 at Wrigley here tonight. And they had to adjust their schedule a little bit. From day game to night game.
Well, it does not appear that there is a seat available. Not only, well, there are a few that are way over there beyond the left field line, but I'm not sure you could see real good. All of the bleacher seats that are up on the buildings on the rooftops look packed.
Yep.
As does the ballpark and of course the bleachers.
Hit well into center field. Happ had a beat on it the whole way. Schebler's hit some hard balls tonight and only has an infield hit to show for it.
Isn't that how baseball works?
It's a cruel game sometimes.
He hit one off the end of the bat that got him his 1 hit of the night. He has 2 other balls that probably left the bat at over 100 miles an hour and they're outs.
Joe Madden on his way to the mound. And he will take the ball from Cole Hamels, and Hamels will leave to a nice ovation. It's our Skyline Chili called to the bullpen. 2 outs into the top of the 7th. And calls on right-hander Dylan Maples.
Maples only coming on for the 5th time. We've seen him once before. Got a little giddy up to that fastball. But you got to get it over the plate. He's got 5 walks to go with his 6 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings.
He's in his 5th stint with the Cubs as far as the big club goes this year. Six 2/3, 2-run baseball, and responsible for the runner on first base, which is Dilson Herrera. So both starting pitchers out of this game after Harvey goes 6, 4 hits, shutout baseball, striking out 6. One ball and 2 strikes to Peraza. Murphy over to get it. And the Cubs strand another. Count holds at 2-0 Reds. Peraza, solo home run, his 12th. Next batter, Joey Votto, back-to-back jacks, number 12 for Joey. And the Reds have been able to make that hold up. Matt Harvey, 6 innings, 4-hit, shutout baseball, struck out 6, and looked really good doing it, Cowboy.
Really did, Jimmy. I mean, you look back at the early part of the ball game, and we talked about this as we began the game. Those first couple of innings are almost confidence innings for Matt Harvey. Well, he didn't have to worry about that tonight. He was on his game from pitch number 1.
David Hernandez here in the bottom of the 7th. And a leadoff base hit.
But as we know in this game of baseball, it's not how you start, it's how you close it out.
And the batter's David Bodie.
Well,
One ball and a strike.
I would say the script is set at this point as far as Jim Riggleman is concerned in the bullpen. As long as the pitchers do their job, Hernandez 7, Hughes 8, Raisel Iglesias in the 9th. But if you don't get them out, that'll change quickly. And it appears it's going to change quickly. Leadoff single. And you got Tommy La Stella standing in the on deck circle. He's about as good as it gets from a left-handed pinch hitting standpoint.
In fact, he leads Major League Baseball with 23 pinch hits. Tough hop, and everyone's safe. That ball got up on Suarez, and it's an error on the third baseman.
Slider away, rolled over the top of it, and boy, did it take some kind of funky hop right there at the end. Caught him right in the left shoulder. So they gave Suarez an error there.
Sure did. Not in time to get La Stella at first base. Votto gets the out at second. And the batter will be Ian Happ. Blocked by Casale. Hit well. Left field. And the Cubs have the lead.
You and I talked about David Bodie. We talked about Ian Happ. But that's a fastball right in the heart of the plate. And that was destroyed.
Jim Riggleman will go to the bullpen. Just like that, one swing of the bat, the Cubs have a 3-2 lead. Three-run home run, Ian Happ, and the Reds will give the ball to lefty Amir Garrett.
Seems like every time that we play the Cubs, Garrett is facing the man at the plate, whether it be nobody on or bases loaded. And that's part of playing in the Central. You're going to face, if you're a left-handed reliever out of the bullpen, you're going to face guys like this, and you have to figure out how to get it done consistently.
"39 career home runs for Ian Happ, 10 of them versus the Reds. One 0. Two balls and a strike to Anthony Rizzo.
Saw it in the Dodgers series. Teams that are trying to get to the postseason and have that legitimate shot, they will not lay down.
We talked about the inability of the Reds to add on. And right now paying the price for it. They've had their chances in this one.
Garrett does his job. I would imagine this will be Jared Hughes coming out of the pen. I don't know that for a fact. Maybe Michael Lorenzen.
against the Detroit Red Wings. Just 20 days into the first game of the hockey season here on Fox Sports Ohio. Cubs have taken the lead here in the 7th. Third pitcher of the inning is righty Michael Lorenzen. And he hits Bryant with the first pitch.
That looked like a two-seamer that started well away from Bryant. That's one of the reasons Bryant didn't jump out of the way. It came all the way across the plate. Lorenzen did not get a whole lot of time in the bullpen to get loose. Of course, Michael, when he was in college, just jogged in from center field through 7 throws.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
Two balls and a strike to Ben Zobrist. 5 for 7 off of Lorenzen. Six for 8 make that.
Well, the calculation in the head of Ben Zobrist, it's a 3-1 count. It's 2 outs. You know the guy that just came into the ball game, he hit a batter. There's no way he wants to walk you here. You sell out for fastball, and he squared it up perfectly. It becomes a mind game.
Well, a huge at bat here, Daniel Murphy.
Very slippery slope for the Reds right now. You cannot afford a monstrous inning. You've already given up 3, but it's still a 1-run ball game.
Lorenzen a pitch away from loading the bases.
With probably their biggest clutch hitter on deck in Javier Baez.
From 3-0 to 3-2. Two outs. Runners will be on the move again. Bases loaded.
About to get loud.
And here comes Danny Darwin. Facebook message from Miami Valley Gaming.
Get ready to get lucky.
Ninth man of the inning about to hit, and it's the most dangerous guy in the order, Javier Baez.
Well, this is the part for Baez. He lives for this. He lives for the big moment. And Lorenzen has got to make some pitches here. You do not want to fall behind to this guy.
Bases full of Cubs. 1-0. Two balls and no strikes.
Well, Lorenzen is all over the place.
Just foul. Ernie Banks in 1960, and no Cubs middle infielder has done it since. 100 RBIs.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Sitting at 103 RBIs, and Lorenzen trying to keep it right there. 2-1 pitch. Should be out. Number 3. Whew. Cubs strand 3, but get 3. 3-run home run, Ian Happ. And now the Reds will try to climb out of a 1-run deficit. New shortstop Addison Russell. Javier Baez moves from shortstop to second base. And a new pitcher on is lefty Jaime Garcia.
Only his second appearance in a Cubs uniform. Cubs signed him on August 31st to a minor league deal.
Votto will take his time to get back in after the first pitch up and in. Hello.
Actually looked like a cutter that came out of the hand of Garcia really early.
One. Two balls and 2 strikes.
You know, with Pedro Strop being injured yesterday with the hamstring issue, I would imagine that the Cubs may go to Carl Edwards Jr. at the end of this ball game. We'll see.
One out. First pitch to Suarez, in for a strike. Double barreled action in the Cubs pit. Kinsler and Mills warming up. Jared Hughes warming up for the Reds. Two outs. 8th Red to strike out in the game.
Good breaking ball down and in. Started with enough plate to prompt a reaction from Suarez, and the ball ends up in the dirt.
First pitch to Scooter Gennett. Milwaukee now with a 6-3 lead over the Pirates, bottom of the 6th. Let's go quietly in the 8th. 3-2 game. Reds coaches and full Reds uniform, including a specialized and personalized home and away jersey and much more. Register today at reds.com/fantasycamp. Michael Lorenzen still on the hill for the Reds. Caratini, Bodie, Russell here in the 8th. Reds scored 2 in the 4th. Cubs answered with 3 in the 7th. All the runs scored in this one via the home run. Braza and Votto back to back in the 4th. Ian Happ, 3-run shot an inning ago. Time called. Count holds at 1-2. Lorenzen a little shaky in inning number 7. Hit the first batter he faced, a single, and then walked the bases loaded, but was able to get out number 3 when Javier Baez flew out to right field. A little bit all over the place in inning number 7. And Caratini just gets a piece to stay alive. Easy play for Jeanette. 1 out.
Not to make an excuse for Lorenzen, but when you have to warm up in a hurry and then you come straight to the mound in a crucial situation, you may not feel like the ball's coming out of your hand the way it's supposed to because you had to warm up so fast, so you have a tendency to overthrow. And that's what it appeared Lorenzen was doing. He was throwing the ball hard, but he was all over the place. He's had a chance to sit, get a little blood flow going, kind of calm the nerves a little bit. Seems like he's a little closer to normal, at least in the pitches to Caratini.
One and 1 to David Bodie. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the count will hold right there. If you're looking ahead to the 9th for the Reds, due up Irvin Casale, pitcher spot. Full count. And warming up in the Cubs pen is lefty Jorge De La Rosa. He has never had a save.
He's always been a starter for the most part.
Yeah.
Up until here the last couple of years.
Down goes Bodie. Well, we set the table before each and every Reds game here on Fox Sports Ohio with Reds Live, the pregame edition, as always brought to you by Ray St. Clair Roofing. Afternoon affair tomorrow. Reds will get another lefty and some guy named John Lester. And actually lefty-lefty matchup. Reds will send out Cody Reed. Addison Russell was first at bat of the game. And 1-2-3 for Michael Lorenzen in the 8th. Reds need at least one in the 9th.
Of 1990, Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. became the first father-son duo in Major League Baseball history to hit home runs in the same game, and they did it in back-to-back fashion against the Angels. The two combined for 782 career home runs. That's the second most by a father-son duo in history, behind Bobby Bonds and the man that Cowboy was talking about earlier, his son Barry Bonds. Well, those four could play some baseball, couldn't they, gentlemen? Man.
Doubt about it. Jorge De La Rosa, 37 years of age now. Will try to come on for his first big league save.
Wow.
At 37. His last save came in 2003 for Double-A Portland. "15-year big league career. He's been around the block a few times.
He was the best starter Colorado had to offer for many years.
Yep. .487 career record, a career 4.60 ERA. And where did that miss? Low, according to John Lipka.
Watch the mitt. See the mitt jerk back towards the batter. That's why you didn't get the call.
1-2.
The Cubs have fed Phillip Ervin a steady diet of off speed consistently down and away, and then a fastball up or up and in.
2 of his 3 strikeouts looking. Strikeout swinging last time up. 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
There's that high fastball trying to get Irvin to chase it.
Full count.
Looked like a changeup from De La Rosa. He just tried to make it too good. Too hard. Pulled it straight in the dirt.
The payoff. The batter's Kurt Casale. Tucker Barnhart has made his way into the on-deck circle for the Reds. Tying run on first base or make that second base. Casale on his way there. Throw off line, and the Reds bidding for a comeback here in the 9th.
We will have a pinch runner at second base. Looks like Gabby Guerrero. Up and out over the plate. Casale goes right with it, shoots it in a perfect spot in that right center field gap.
Casale gets the job done. There's Gabby Guerrero, the pinch runner, who will run over and have a conversation with third base coach Billy Hatcher. The entire infield meeting on the mound for the Cubs, including pitching coach Jim Hickey.
I imagine Billy Hatcher probably just told Gabby Guerrero, look, if I say back, you better be diving the second. Do not get picked off. And Baez is right up on that bag.
0-1 to Barnhart. Ball and a strike.
You could see Baez walking to the bag, but at the same time motioning to De La Rosa with his hand as if to say, go, go, go to the plate.
Right, it's 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position in this one. Barnhart has seen Jorge De La Rosa twice. 1 for 2. That one, a home run. The 2-1.
Looked like a cutter there from De La Rosa didn't appear to do a whole lot, but he gets a swing and a miss.
Caratini and De La Rosa couldn't get on the same page, and Baez will once again join them. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tying run at second base.
It's either going to get real loud in here or very quiet with this at bat from Barnard.
Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reds down with their final out.
Folks here at Wrigley seemingly all over the place, coming to their feet.
1 for 2 nights so far for Hamilton. A walk, a single, a strikeout for Billy.
The outfielders for the Cubs, except, well, Bryant not too deep, but in center field, Happ very shallow, definitely shallow out in right field with Zobrist. Hamilton 3 for 7 lifetime off De La Rosa, so he has seen him.
De La Rosa has what he wants in the 1-1 pitch.
The oohs and ahs are tending to drown out those cicadas that we heard earlier.
The 2-1. Lays off one downstairs again. 3 balls and a strike. Walked him.
Cubs have walked Billy Hamilton twice here tonight.
And Scott Schebler will get a big chance. He has hit the ball hard tonight. Struck out his first time up. Smoked one, but lined into a double play in the 3rd. Infield single in the 5th. Lined out to deep center field last time up. That one got a piece of Caratini. Couple of pieces.
Even with those guards on the knees, when you catch it flush like that, you feel every bit of it.
2 outs. 1-1 count. Tying run at second base. Time called. Blocked by Caratini. That was textbook. Two-one.
Caught Schebler guessing right there. That ball was definitely well off the plate. A cut fastball.
$36,000 plus to their feet. Reds down to their final strike. Reds come up a run short. Ian Happ, who gloves the final out. The difference in the game, a 3-run home run in the 7th. And the Cubs take game 1 of this 3-game set. Final score 3-2. We'll be back with more here in a moment.